BBoy Windmills. I turned 41 and realized there's one thing I want more than anything, and that is to be able to windmill.
What you're about to see is my progress after 6 months of practicing once a week with gaps, with breaks, because, hey, let's be honest, I wasn't always diligent. But outfit check. I have my slippery rashi, my slippery pants, and my padded shoes so that I can windmill.
First things first, the backspin.
Backspin setup. One leg straight, one leg's bent. I'm gonna grab the ground, kick, and spin. Backspin.
Tips for the backspin. You've just got to pick a direction and go for it. Wear a slippery shirt like a rash guard and make sure you're on a slippery floor.
B-boys might not look like scientists, but there's a lot of physics going on here. So to find the sweet spot to spin, you want to pretend you're a turtle and you want to spin on this part of your back. If you're too far down, you don't spin very well. Too far up, that's not going to work either. Find that sweet spot.
The next thing I've had to learn how to do is a turtle freeze or a stab freeze, which is an elbow lever. Let's take a look.
The turtle freeze, stab freeze, puts the elbow into the guts. I'm going off my left hand and I'm gonna practice my straddle and just put my elbow into my belly. I'm gonna start to practice lifting my legs up off the ground. Woo! The next thing I practiced was having one leg straight, one leg bent. I'm gonna spin up, work my straddle, keep my head low, and try to finish in my recovery freeze position. I'm gonna really boost the legs and butt high too. Like so. My head could be lower. Control.
The next thing I've learned is how to get from my turtle freeze position into the start of my windmill, just the start. Now this has been the hardest part for me because initially holding that turtle freeze was impossible, but over 6 months, my wrists, elbows, everything has started to condition, get used to it. So let's take a look.
So I set myself in my freeze and then I start to wind onto my back. That's how it starts.
I'll walk you through this setup very slowly in just a moment to understand the folding of the elbow. It's better to take this slowly and with control. Trust me, I rushed this part at the start and I took some slams by jumping in, corked my butt, you'd be out for weeks. Let's take a look at control.
So by control, what I mean is get yourself set in this straddle position, lower yourself down into your elbow lever. Now you don't have to hold it for long, but what you want to do is make sure you're going to move that hand to start the spin, and I'm going to try and fold this elbow down as I swing through onto my back. So with a little bit more speed, it looks like this. Like so. And you want to take that nice and slow to avoid the slams. And you start to get this effect where you're not slamming your legs or your hips.
So the part I've been stuck on for a while is getting through to that second revolution without touching the feet down. So here goes nothing. My approach to repetitions is to try 3 consecutive reps as best I can, and I'm going to do 10 rounds. So that'll be 30 reps in total for today, and that'll be me cooked. For me, the biggest challenge is at the start of the second revolution, getting the legs through, staying in straddle, keeping the hips up high enough to get under without the feet touching. So I'm going to regress back to the split leg seated takeoff just to, I can get a bit more power into that to start. And then from there, I'm going to practice the transition into the second windmill because that's the part that I really want to focus on. So I'm hoping with a bit more power on my takeoff, I can start to get that part a little smoother. Okay, that's enough for session 1. I'm going to come back tomorrow and finish this video off for session 2. Here we go. Here we go for session 2. So, it's actually been a couple of weeks since session 1. I meant to come back the next day, except I got sidetracked with a whole bunch of stuff. But this is good because I've had a few extra weeks to practice and I've made a little bit of progress. So let's take a look at where I'm up to right now. So I've set a goal to get 5. The logic is I'll get past 2 and 3. What do you reckon, Jackson?
The finest logic out.
It's going to work, isn't it?
Yeah, I said I'm going to set a goal for 10 million.
$10 million?
Yeah, and I'll get past the $1 million mark.
You got to make $1 million to make 10 million. It makes sense to me. Okay, I'm going to go for 5.
Let's do it. Let's go.
Let's do it.
Here we go. Hey. Hey, hey, whoa. Ow, ow.
Starting to get multiples. The challenge seems to be staying up on the top of the shoulders, on the top of the back, and not slamming that hip. But anyway, progress is being made. We're getting multiple reps. Let's keep going. Oh. No.
Hey, cutie pie.
Oh, get the fly, get the fly.
Oh, get it.
This is exciting because I'm starting to get continuous reps without touching the feet. So a few things have started to click. There's a bit of a hip extension or a little bit of an active popping feeling at the turn. That's helping me get around. Also, getting that hand down, my right hand on flat onto the floor to push off is really helping as well. Now I just want more power, I want more speed to be able to get more out of these windmills and be able to get, 5, 6, 7, and even more repetitions.
She's following an ant. She's chasing an ant across the floor.
Just for fun, I'm going to try a standing entry into the windmill and see what happens. Maybe I'll get more power. Woo! Got a bit better. Oh! Well, that is it. Across 2 sessions, that's as good as I can do. So I'm going to call it a video, and I'll keep sharing updates with you as I keep practicing. I've been doing this for about 6 months now, once a week, Wednesday mornings, 1 hour of practice, and I've missed a few weeks here and there. But hey, it's the long game. I will windmill with smooth technique someday. So stay tuned. See you in the next video.